Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is a Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak Part 144. In the previous video, we wrapped up all our loose ends around town and came to Vashtar Palace where we fought Dude who was weird and Judith was weird and everyone was weird. And now we're gonna go see what Dantès is all about. Look at him, he's chilling. He's still got Melchior right there. He's still in his pose. He's still waiting for the snap. You think Melchior just, like, entire existence just pisses Dantès off? You know? It's not, like, what's their dynamic? What do you think they're talking about this whole time? I mean, well, if Dantès would let Melchior talk, what do you think they'd be talking about?
Welcome to my humble abode.
And here I was thinking that Arioch would wipe the floor with you, but you did that to him.
And we're gonna do the same to Dantès.
You better stay out of our way, Melchior.
Of course, of course. Just pretend like I'm invisible. I will merely serve as an idle spectator. I wouldn't dream of spoiling the boss's big moment. Though I do wish I could join in on the fun. I'd love to grab the neck of that wretched vermin who called that airship and give a nice long squeeze.
Can't you just teleport there and kill all the children if you really wanted to? Like, realistically, what's stopping him from doing that? Because they can teleport seemingly infinite distances. Like, that's what he should do, is pull his trump card and be like, thanks for gathering all those children in one place for me, dumbass.
Worry not, Melchior. The passengers will have the distinct honor of witnessing their homes, families, and friends explode before their very eyes. All they can do is watch helplessly from above as their former lives go up in flames. I can hardly imagine a more perfect gift of fear.
You bastard! Does your wickedness know no bounds?
We didn't come here to chat the night away, asshole. We came here to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna sit on that dumbass throne and hurl cheap taunt after cheap taunt?
No, no. We will hold our battle momentarily. And after the victor is determined, the final judgment will be passed.
There's the nuclear weapon.
So that's what it looks like.
It is still incomplete, so there is no need to fear too much.
I feel like I'd be more in fear if it's incomplete.
It cannot be detonated. Well, at least not without this key.
That's the sword we saw in Dingo's video.
Yeah, you got a cool sword. You know how many people have had cool swords and still got their ass beat?
Just the sight of it is sending chills
least
down
several.
my spine.
Not surprising. It is a deadly blade. It's holy and demonic in nature. Its existence was a closely guarded secret of the royal family of Calvard.
Yeah, and look how well it worked out for them.
After the kingdom fell, the church attempted to recover it, but no trace of it was ever found.
I mean, it can't have been that strong.
So how in the goddess's name did you come into possession of a Peyron, the sword of divine darkness?
So that is what it's called.
Wait, why are we only hearing about this now?
What if it was called, like, sword number 3?
This sword has become something of a legend. I understand why you are shocked to see this in my hands. Allow me to enlighten you. This very blade was passed down to me. I had the right of its inheritance. I was born by the name of Gerard Eldarion. I am a descendant of the royalty that once ruled Calvard.
Oh, so you're just lame?
Therefore, both it and the throne are rightfully mine. You must be curious as to how a descendant of the royal family still lives and stands before you.
No, I know how procreation works.
That is because I was taken into the care of a cult that is now extinct.
The DG cult.
They were one of the groups that went on to become the Gardens, after spreading chaos across the Republic.
Oh boy, the Oathbreaker must have spilled the tea on that. Yes, the Gardens can trace its roots back to the cult.
Maybe they just played the previous games.
As well as the Order of the Moonlight Horse, which he and I once belonged to. Then he ran off to the Society with your friend the Golden Butterfly and another ex-member, leaving 7-year-old me in the dust all the while.
Wow, that's some ancient history there. That was, what, 3 years before I signed up with him?
Oh, that certainly takes me back. I did feel a tinge of guilt for abandoning you at that tender age. I tried to find somewhere for you to start anew. But when I saw how much fun you were having in your new playground, I realized that wasn't necessary.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I didn't really think about the fact that they would know each other.
And right you were. Imagine receiving an open invitation to create your very own Garden of Killers. Oh, I was drowning in a sea of blissful ecstasy.
Had they told us he was part of the Horse Moonlight Order thing before? I feel like that's new information. I don't remember if they'd mentioned that before or not.
Even you had to be impressed with how it all came together.
Oh, yes, very impressed. You certainly put your skinny back into the task.
I worked my pretty little self to the bone. As a result of my efforts, I met the Emperor, herded the remnants of the cult, became acquainted with Arioch and Olympia, and most important of all, found our wonderful boss shortly after he assumed control of Almata. I met a descendant of Calvardian royalty and a former high priest of the DG cult. How could I perceive it as anything but a fortuitous twist of fate?
So what exactly are you all trying to accomplish here?
Are you attempting to restore the Republic's monarchy? Or are you following in the footsteps of the cult?
I think they're just trying to kill people.
Neither. I care nothing for the country's revolution 100 years ago, nor do I care about the increasing number of immigrants welcomed through its doors. And I will not leech off the teachings of the cult like a parasite, as my parents once did. I'm afraid those things bring me no fulfillment whatsoever. I am not the kind of man who obsesses over past glories, nor do I desire to rebel against the goddess. Everything that drives a human being to action, friendship, work, envy, love, all of it holds no meaning. Just an endless source of frivolity and tedium. So I sought a diversion, a reprieve from this vapid world.
Yeah, I mean, you could have become a streamer, or got like a hobby or something.
And I found just the answer I was looking for. The ultimate source of reprieve. Fear.
Like, honestly, dude's more cringe than Wiseman. Like, not Wiseman, fucking Yakum. Legally distinct characters, by the way. Because, like, Yakum's whole, I hate the goddess, it's a false religion, I'm gonna show people the true way. Like, at least it was, like, a reason. As crazy as it was. You know, like, there was a real ideology there. World, I'm bored, kill people. I read too much Nietzsche and misunderstood what it was really about.
You cannot deny that our neighbors in the Erebonian Empire prospered greatly as a result of conflict.
Like, I wonder if they're gonna say that Van was part of his his branch of the cult. Wonder if they're gonna make it that direct a connection.
And much like conflict, fear is a fundamental component of human nature. Life, death, order, and chaos can only exist because of fear. It is at the heart of everything, the foundation upon which all else exists.
Nah, man, it's desire. Desire's the real thing.
Once I learned that, I began my lifelong pursuit to seek out fear in its purest form and instill it in everyone.
Because if you ain't got desire, you can't be afraid of nothing.
You're one sick piece of shit, you know that?
So that's why you were drawn to the concept of nuclear weapons. And you got Professor Callahan wrapped up in your web of lies.
Indeed. And he created a wondrous work of art. But alas, it just isn't good enough on its own. As a weapon, it's too unstable, and it won't leave a permanent mark on the world. Even if we were to take the lives of everyone in this city. People will be dismayed for a time, but like with the Salt Pail and Retributive Tower incidents, they will forget and move on.
Man, isn't it crazy those giant freaking pillars of salt just appeared out of nowhere? Man, I feel like every NPC line of dialogue should just be them talking about the Salt Pail, man. It's just crazy.
And that is what led me to the idea of this carnival. It is the birthplace for the ultimate fear. One that will fester inside every human being for the rest of their lives. Now,
Visible confusion?
I grow weary of idle chatter. Shall we begin our duel to the death?
I mean, I feel like you should have to expand on that point because you just said a bunch of nonsense.
Sounds good to me. You are so going down!
A private affair that nobody's gonna know about? Yeah, that'll strike fear into the hearts of everyone in the world. Blood, what are you talking about?
This'll be tough, but we can't afford to lose.
It's not even, like, it would make more sense if this was like a televised event then. If it's like, oh man, everyone in the world is watching this fight. It's like the ultimate battle of, you know, hope and despair. Blood, like, if we win, nothing happens, and if we lose, okay, it blows up, which you just said doesn't accomplish your goal.
We also can't afford to be reckless. I'm almost certain he's up to something.
Probably. Still, we've got to go for broke. Otherwise, he'll make mincemeat out of us.
Sir, Walter, have you been mewing a little too much in the mirror, buddy?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going full throttle from the get-go. Mayor!
Mayor to the rescue! Okay, Van. Hope you're ready to...
Oh, we're gonna get slashed? I don't know. He's serious. He's bearing that nightmare. I thought she was gonna get, like... Dude was gonna slash her or something when I saw the cutoff of the dialogue.
Huh? Yeah. Ready to go!
You didn't say the word?
Okay. Shardswell. The Grendel's all yours!
Least dramatic transformation.
There it is. I was wondering if you would pull the same trick again.
Yeah, can you transform
that
into a
must be
thing?
your nightmare,
or something?
then.
What just...
Something's interfering
Because
with
he's
her
got to have
AI.
superpowers somehow,
Bear,
right?
Snap out of it!
I mean, I guess he's got the sword, but...
This is all wrong! This isn't who I am! This isn't me!
Yo, wrong franchise.
She vanished.
The hell did you do to her?
What's wrong? You still have your restraints, do you not? You should focus less on her and more on the battle at hand. I wonder how this will play out. Will I fall prey to your nightmare? Or will you be consumed by my fear?
Let's go!
All right.
Van
Let's
wielding
see
the ultimate
just
power
what he
of
can do.
being so good. The ass is still slower than everybody else.
Activating skill.
Pathetic. Pathetic.
Hit him hard!
This music's pretty good. Since we were just criticizing, I mean, I think they've even played this before. Like I said, I don't really pay attention to it, but like, I don't know, none of those battle tracks have been like good enough to break through my like mental block of thinking about shit. So you use you use Mirage now. Cause yeah, this is the Grendel. We've heard this for the Grendel fights before, but
What? Can't take the heat.
I'm just thinking, you know how dogs is and all that.
Stop right there!
Pierce! Have it on now!
Now or never!
Give me everything you
I'm trying to go. Actually, I think I want to La Forte first.
Time to close in!
Why can you not do that? Oh, you have to be closer. I kind of assumed you would just move up.
Initiating skill.
Oh, so even the little follow-up gets the damage boost. I hadn't noticed that earlier.
Initializing
Stop
drive.
right there!
Yeah, get his ass.
Sorry.
Zyka activating skill.
Catcher, your turn!
You didn't get a proc. That's not bad, considering you're not buffed yet. You're about to get stunned.
Make it count.
That's
That's pretty good. Okay, so we want this, and
so much for expectation.
Oh, so that does like a.
You're screwed now!
I've seen better.
Blood, you're at half HP and you haven't done anything.
Cower before me!
I mean, it's hitting everyone, which could be a problem.
Know me as a pandemonium ruler!
It's like Judith lived. Yeah, Judith lived, so we're good. What's your EP like?
Can't take the heat.
Oh, you're not boosted.
That all you got?
So much for expectations.
Thanks.
Stop right there!
Pierce! Have it on!
That's far enough!
Okay, you just kind of. Let's at least get Burgard back.
Initializing drive.
Much appreciated. Fear me!
Oh, he's the dang old Lord of Doom, man.
That all you got?
Okay.
So much for expectations.
Vitals low. I'm not doing so well.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Wait, Catcher, did you just say vitals low? Brother, you're at max HP. What the fuck is you talking about? Yeah, we just need to wait till we stun him.
Cower before me!
He did double ult me, which is kind of rude.
A pandemonium!
Sorry.
Your turn! Pathetic!
Will this get you? Maybe? Oh no, it will.
Is that all?
One can always stand to improve.
What'd you expect?
That feels like a canon.
Is that
People
all
who
your
should be alive at the end.
nightmare can do?
Van and Burgard
Surveillance
standing
system,
alone.
Adjust parameters. Set the game's end time to exactly 3 minutes from now. Once the timer hits 0, throw a Peyron eye against the bomb.
Oh no!
That's the I'm getting my ass kicked clause.
You are a little...
Or the, also the planet explodes in 5 minutes clause.
Dare mock me?
I was gonna say, you should be, where's the shocky part?
I was right all along.
Was he like a bomb in his chest?
I found it. Seems my work here is now done.
I don't know why they did the whole thing like the bomb was about to explode.
Van! Are you alright?
I'll see to you right away.
Don't worry. My injuries aren't that bad.
I don't really know what... The only thing I could think of is, okay, he found someone who's, like, able to kill him. Or, like, you know, that Van's, like, he's been trying to create someone like Van. But I don't really know what that accomplishes. Because if we go with the idea that he's the guy who experimented on Van, whether he remembers it or not...
Nothing like what he has. Didn't really have much of a choice at the end there.
Of course you didn't! That was self-defense, pure and simple. Son of a bitch practically held a gun to our heads.
Yeah, if you didn't do that, he would have killed us and all of the people in Arasion.
Hey, do we know the timer's still not running, guys? Can somebody at least stand on the sword? You know, keep that thing held down so it doesn't go flying off?
The final boss, Dantès, has been defeated. Zone clear. Congratulations, Team Arkwright Solutions. You have won the game.
Hey, man, don't drop that shit, man.
Don't worry. It'll take more than a little fall to detonate it.
I mean, you're right.
So it's finally over, right?
Granted, it's incomplete. What if it doesn't have those safety measures in place, man?
I believe so. The game at least is fit.
Oh, dang, old age got me. I forgot what I was saying mid-sentence. Now I'm just gonna cut myself off and make it seem like I'm doing wise sage thinking.
That's right. This marks the end of the greatest party in history.
I mean, I don't even know if it's top 5, man.
Ah. Even in death, you shine so beautifully, boss. You died with the grace of an angel.
Did he?
But you were also as selfish as a devil till your dying breath. How could you walk the road to hell by yourself and leave me to wallow in misery? Though I suppose that's part of why I fell for you in the first place.
You're free to join him any time, bud.
The jig is up, Melchior. We beat your stupid game, and your organization is toast. Why don't you surrender and come quietly?
That sword only answers to those it deems worthy. You will not be able to use it to detonate the bomb.
Of course. That was never in the cards. But I figure I can whip up a nice little fireworks show to commemorate the life of my dear boss.
Explosive artifacts!
I scattered them all throughout the palace, just in case it all shook out like this. If you wish to make it
I
out
feel like
alive,
they say
you
smile
better
on
get
them.
moving. I hope to see you alive and well at our next meeting. Adieu.
Okay.
Damn it!
We've got to book it. Let's go.
Yeah, do some
gotta
crazy
grab the Genesis
acrobatic
and the bomb.
shit,
Right!
Judith.
You can leave that to me.
Thank you.
I really do. Like, I'm more interested in like what happens next. His ass is not dead, by the way. No shot.
It's Ariel's armor.
Okay, that wasn't quite what I had on my plan. That's kind of funny.
But there isn't anyone inside.
But he's totally gonna help us now. He's like a good guy, right? You know, he loves movies.
The fangs of Rahu has a mind of its own. It craves fresh sacrifices, and it will get what it desires, master or no master.
All right, Walter, get in that shit. You like to murder people anyway, right?
What? You're pulling my leg, right?
It's not going to let us past, is it?
We really don't got time for this shit right now.
Then we'll deal with it for you.
Oh!
Impeccable timing, you two.
We came as soon as we heard the game was over.
You finally got to do something? You're finally gonna be useful?
Collecting artifacts is kind of our thing. So, you can leave this to us.
Wait! But this place is about to collapse!
That'll be fine.
Don't worry. We have an escape route already laid out.
You have our thanks, but don't dawdle in this place for long.
Not another step. It's payback time, Fangs of Rahu. Let's do this, Leon!
Right.
Searing seal of mine, shining from the abyss.
Glacial seal of mine, shining from the abyss.
I'm just saying. Kevin's ass would not have to use no stigma to take out a suit of armor, alright?
How do we get out now?
I'm just saying.
Over there.
Nor would Wazzy, alright? The real Gross
Fire's
Ritters
here, too!
would not be needing to
Where's
break
the
out the magic
convenient
powers
exit
to
when you
take out a
need
suit of
it?
armor.
This way'll do. It leads to the watchtower on the castle walls. All right, you guys. Get ready to jump.
Jump?
Yeah, what's our plan?
What? You're insane!
Hey, Bogard, you still got your ship?
Oh no!
Can you get that thing on loan? You think Catcher knows how to swim?
We're alive, aren't we? I think so.
Why in the hell did you think that was a good idea? You some kind of maniac.
What was the alternative?
Maniac or not, we're alive. So, yeah, I think it was a solid plan.
My attempt to soften our landing with shards proved successful.
Okay. I mean, at least they kind of slightly, because I mean, it would be a little ridiculous to jump out that high of heights into the water, but I feel like at least one of them would get, like, you know, the wind knocked out of them and dragged into the undercurrent.
I wish you remembered that some of us aren't the athletic type.
That was awesome! It felt like we were acting out the climax of a movie or something.
As long as everyone is alive and well, I won't complain.
Eh.
It's finally over.
Yeah, we've closed the books on this case. Though we still have plenty of work ahead of us, and the lives Almata stole will never be returned. but I think we've paid back the debt we owed those people, and then some. For now, that's good enough for me.
But like, we're not gonna talk about his plan made no sense. Like, I feel like there should be more like, what was Blood talking about?
I was finally able to avenge my bros.
Like, shouldn't they be like, oh man, it clearly feels like something's unfinished here. Their plan didn't make any sense, so there must be something more to it.
Yeah. I hope Ida's smiling from up above.
No, she's probably like, dumbasses.
Maybe the people of Basel can rest easy now.
I mean, I don't really know what they're supposed to do, but I feel like there should be some more inquisitive minds here being like, yeah, it didn't really make much sense at the end. What was his actual plan? What did he mean by I was gonna put fear in the heart of the world?
Oh, hey you guys!
Is everyone okay?
It looks like they're all in one piece at least. Ren! Elaine! Marielle!
Here comes the welcome wagon.
Wait, what happened to the enforcers?
Oh, they're fine. I kind of completely forgot about them. Ah, they're good. They'll be fine.
They were just here a moment ago.
Walter punched a damn hole through the palace and left that way. Oh, y'all didn't know he couldn't do that shit? Well, maybe if y'all played the previous game, maybe if y'all started from the beginning like you should have, okay? Maybe you know that Walter's a fucking... still holds the record for actual biggest feat of physical prowess in the entire series. Nobody else has actually done anything as, like, tangibly cool as Walter punching a hole through the damn stone wall.
They finished what they set out
to do. The double stone
Guessing
wall.
They wanted to peace out before the CID shows up.
I mean, the closest is like in Reverie when they shoot back the laser beam, but even that felt like more ridiculous than anything. Walter punching the hole in the wall, that felt more like tangible, like holy shit, dude's strong as hell.
And good riddance. Wait, where's our pay?
Now that you mention it, we never got around to discussing payment details with them.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were technically hired by them. Because I was like, what are you talking about?
Perhaps it would be best to let this one go.
I feel like if anything, I mean, it should be pretty even, because, I mean, they helped us out.
Oh, hell no! Give me my damn money, you scamming assholes!
They'll never see us over here.
Good work, you two. We've already wired the mirror to them, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to see them squirm. He may still blow a fuse when he learns I paid below his rates, though he did enlist our help. So it's only fair.
What do you think the salary is for an enforcer and a whatever they're called? I'm blanking on the upper title right now. What do you think their monthly salary is? You think they're well paid, or is it like kind of like you know, you gotta do a little side hustle?
You are such a stingy old man. Can you not throw the poor things a bone?
He's probably just pissed that they ruined all the prep work he did.
Not at all. This ended up being an oddly invigorating experience for me. Life is dull if everything goes the way you want it to. Isn't that right, Spriggan?
So you can't just walk around in public with the giant-ass sword. Alright, they're gonna get concerned. They're gonna be like, there's an immigrant walking around with a giant weapon, please, call the army. This is not that type of city.
He didn't do half bad for a dropout.
I'm afraid I'll require a little more proof before I accept that he is worthy of our time and trust.
Brother, you need to, like, get a hobby as well.
Anyway, what should we do from here? We were unable to recover those artifacts.
Here's my radical belief. There would be no evil if everyone had, like, at least 2 hobbies. Alright, if people were too busy doing fun shit, there'd be no time for villainy.
Ugh, don't remind me. Guess I ought to hit up the CID's chief and see what our next move is.
Like, he wouldn't be able to be a dick all the time, because he'd be like, man, you know, instead of spending my time being an asshole, I could be gaming, I could be watching movies, I could be sewing. Be doing some real shit.
I suppose we can call this a job well done.
Robot, flick his forehead for me.
Indeed. We met all of the objectives that were issued to us by the President. However, our main AI's predicted danger level remains the same.
Also, which president? The real one or the company president?
It should have changed by now, but it's still showing as yellow. We must remain vigilant as we wait for the grand reveal next month.
I guess it must be the real president, because that's the president on the voice thingy, I presume? I believe that's what he sounded like.
Most of our primary objectives have been accomplished. However, I regret to inform you that the Overseer of the Thorns managed to escape. I must also apologize about the matter related to the Dark Blue Core.
Hey man, Melchior's got to stay alive so he can keep gunning for McBurn's record for most boss fights. Because I think he might actually have the record for single most in a game. Because we fought him, what, 3 or 4 times in this game? At least 3, maybe 4? Which, I think McBurn... Trying to think, how many... Do you fight him 3 times in CS4 or just 2? Like, he may already have the record for most boss fights in a single game.
We have already begun pursuit of the former target.
No, because you
will expand our search radius for the latter.
You fight McBurn 3 times in CS4, right? You fight him in the intermission, you fight him with Victor, and you fight him in his true form? And maybe one more? I think it's just those 3. At least I'm pretty sure you fight him in the intermission. So, you know, Melchior, he's still aiming for the throne there.
Everything will be taken care of, Captain.
Holy hell, he's talking to his boss. I could have never seen that. Okay. So there is definitely still more. I just don't know what.
Truly well done. Then I'll update your rank.
Got it.
Got the chrono armor. Black armor that can withstand space-time distortions.
That's pretty good, I guess.
What did we miss? Oh yeah, we had the one question. There was some question I know we missed. I can't remember off the top of my head, but...
This was inevitable.
What? He didn't do anything. I mean, at least it's somebody we use, but... Honestly, Van should get Employee of the Month every month, if we're being completely honest, but... I'm trying to think... I guess we'll keep going. Well, I guess I should have talked about the chapter or whatever, but... I mean, I don't know. I mean... Very anticlimactic at the end, which I guess is kind of like purposeful, but... Overall, pretty good. Like, the actual main like the Battle Royale, silly, but a lot of fun. The potential team-ups are really cool. I mean, the Ouroboros one, I feel like it was a really good choice. I enjoyed pretty much all the interactions with them. Trying to think. Some of the stuff with, like, Elaine was cool, too. I kind of liked her little side story throughout the chapter with her dad and everything. Probably... I would say right now it's my favorite chapter. I think it had the most compelling, like, main narrative going for it, like the most kind of engaging. Even in the Battle Royale, it's fun. Silly, but fun. After the crisis was resolved, it was announced the explosion of Ashtar Palace and Kraid's destruction were the work of Almata. However, as if to quell any unease, it was also promptly announced that Almata was no more thanks to the CID and a number of external collaborators. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the CID, they really did a whole hell of a lot there. With the last remaining nuclear device being recovered, the state of emergency around Edith was lifted the next day. This happened in tandem with fervent reports that the CEOs of the Quincy Company and the Etoiles had been formally arrested. This was a shock to many. The Quincy Company's products are beloved across the continent, as they should be, considering their Quincy brand quality, and Etoiles vehicles seen as a major status symbol. It was almost unfathomable that both men had been blackmailed into funding a terrorist organization. What do you mean blackmailed? What do you mean define blackmail? Pretty sure they came out begging, wallet in hand. Please, won't somebody rid me of this immigrant menace? Please? I'll give money to anyone that'll help me get rid of these immigrants. Blackmailed. The Quincy Company CEO being the father of a famous A-rank bracer added much to the discussion as well. However, as his daughter personally led the charge on his arrest, the general public sentiment was one of compassion and concern. And her attempt to turn in her bracer badge was summarily rejected by the guild's headquarters in Lamont. Hey, I don't really want to do this job anymore. Fuck you, you signed a lifelong contract? Idiot. You can't resign? Calvard's economy, which had been briefly thrown into disarray by the state of emergency, was quick to return to relative normality. Yet some things had never returned. The impending end of reparations continued to emit a small degree of unease among the populace. Still, this and the culmination of events had no effect on President Gramhart's approval rating. Indeed, they only served to increase it. His office stated that a memorial service for Cray would be held during December 3rd's Revolution Festival, where nothing bad would happen. Following that would be quite the reveal. The Calvard military's newest weapon would be on display, a symbol of the country's overcoming its grief and displaying and moving forward with great strength. I'm just saying, if my ass got blown up in Cray and the government used that as an excuse to show off their fancy new military weapon, I'm haunting the president. Yeah, he will not get a wink of sleep. I'll be making cold sweats come over him, bumping and moving shit in the night, making spooky noises. Anytime he goes to use the bathroom in the palace in the middle of the night, he's gonna feel like breath on his neck. Fang attack.
So that's that, huh?
Yeah, well, Melchior's still on the run, which does bug me. But the authorities in the guild have taken out all their bases and secured any routes that could be used to flee the country. Their partners in crime are being taken care of too.
Brother can teleport.
Right? Indeed, the Gralsritter and Iscariot have put aside their differences for now to pursue the gardens. Several Jaegers, including those of Ikaruga, and even the Society have also been working toward that end.
Meanwhile, Heiwei and Marduk spearheaded the effort to expose all of Almata's connections. I believe their findings, which reveal a number of associates, have since been sold to the CID.
That's quite a lot.
Man, getting in Sao never miss a beat.
Abby and the rest of our people have been hard at work with Eisenshield too.
As for the nuclear weapon, we don't need to worry about that either. Professor Hamilton and the other disciples supervised its disassembly, so it's no longer a threat. Professor Callahan isn't believed to have made any more, and the Mafia won't be capable of making more themselves anytime soon.
Yeah, it's not like they have access to ancient technology that could probably surpass whatever that was, the nuclear bomb or nothing.
Even if the one sword capable of detonating them was still in their possession, they would still need a device to be detonated. I might add that Calvard is aiding the congregation for the sacraments in going through and clearing the rubble that was once Vashtar Palace. They expect to have finished the task and found that sword together with the halberd and armor artifacts by mid-next month.
And then they're gonna be like, yeah, we never really found a body or nothing.
None of them can be used by anyone but their rightful owner anyway, right? I guess once that's wrapped up, we'll be able to say this whole thing's well and truly over.
I suppose so, yes. To think we've persevered through so much.
Come on, guys. Are we not gonna think about how the fact that Almata made no sense?
We sure have.
I'm still worried about Melchior, though. Just to me, it's strange how no one seems to have any idea where he is.
I still can't believe what he did to his own boss. I don't know if I'll ever be able to understand how that guy thinks. Not that I want to.
What if you liked movies? Would that change your mind?
Psychopath does psychopathic things. News at 11. Just how it is. I wish I could have taken revenge on the last asshole responsible for my bro's deaths, but can't win them all, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave that one to the Oathbreakers people. They say you gotta fight poison with poison. Now it's time to see if he'll live up to that old saying.
Right. But at least now, the world can finally be at ease.
Anyez. Still feeling guilty that you couldn't stop it all from happening? I am, but I'm also trying to tell myself that I did everything that I could. Including for the children of Arasion. Also, you guys noticed that her pocket never glowed during the whole final confrontation? That's how you know none of that shit was important for the plot. Alright? The plot is still yet to come. Even if I can't help but feel I put a lot of people out for nothing. That's not true at all. Perhaps there may be some who would see your actions as self-righteous, but I believe they were meaningful. I mean, they were as meaningful as us going to fight monsters in the sewers, I mean... Of course they were. I'm not in the business of telling my assistants what's right and wrong either. You do what you believe was right. That's good enough for me. So, got my thanks too. You're welcome, but I couldn't have done any of it without a lot of help from the others. Not everything had a happy conclusion since Elaine's father ended up arrested. What do you mean? That's the best part. That's the one thing that might actually, like, have some real consequences. I'm still so glad we're all able to gather like this again. Yeah. Me too. Our foes are a terrifying force to be reckoned with, but through everyone's cooperation, we triumphed. Deserve a lot of praise yourself, you know? Thinking back, there were a lot of times that I don't know what we would have done without you. We owe so much to the goddess, or maybe to our chief for having the devil's own luck? Could be. Either that, or because I made Lady Luck my bitch. What does that mean? Do you stop that? You really can't help yourself, can you? I'm here, me, Burgard. We now have 6 Genesees in our possession. Wait, I thought we had 7. I thought we were just missing 1. Are we missing 2? Or are there only 7? I thought there were 8. I doubt I could have ever gotten this far without you, so thank you. We sure were happy to help. That is... Okay, so alright. I thought we were just missing 1. That just leaves 2 now, though, right? There's supposed to be 8 in all, so that should be the case. Professor Hamilton's looking into where they could be, but nothing's come up so far. None have been discovered in any of the Almata bases, or the Garden's hideouts either. I'm sure they'll turn up eventually, just gotta keep looking.
So, now that we've dealt with Almata, things should be back to business as usual before long.
Explosion in the background.
There's still gonna be plenty on our plates, especially in the short term. But it's about time you guys started thinking about whether or not you want to keep working here.
And I suppose it is getting to be that time. The way things are going, my primary task will be complete before much longer. And I still have other things I want to do here in the capital. Hey, I'm not even employed here. Wasn't really talking to you, but since you seem so dead set against being here anyway, why not go home already? Well... What, but the paparazzi are such a headache, and the food here is so good. I get that they're a hassle, but come on. They have to have given up on your story by now. You're washed. And Nina seems worried about you, so even if you don't go see your family, you should still go back to your old place. Pro tip, do not go see Nina. Alright, her ass is definitely the true villain. I will eventually. What are you, my mother? Perhaps you should discuss the situation with the owner of your apartment? I was talking to you, though. What? They're still covering all the trouble Almata caused, but I doubt that'll last more than a month. Unless I start taking on more subcontracted jobs, I'm not gonna need to pay out for any assistance anymore or the budget to do it. Brother, your main contract still isn't done. You weren't hired to deal with Almata, you were hired to deal with the Genesees. But I plan to find those last 2 Genesees, that it's gonna be on the side while I do other work from here on. While a helping hand when I'm swamped would be nice. That's all I'm gonna need you for. Besides, you're gonna be loaded up with student council work for a good while after next month rolls around. That's true, but what kind of work? There's gonna be some big event taking place at Agnes' school in a few months. There's no need to hurry them into a decision. As you said, you still intend to help deal with the aftermath of Almata's actions. I will remain here to assist you with that as well, and the more we have on our side, the better. You're not wrong there.
I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that you should be thinking about this stuff. The Revolution Festival's in 3 days, and we're gonna be drowning in work until then for sure. Been a while since we could focus on 4 SPGs and Edith, so hope you're ready to dive in soon as breakfast is done.
So I do wonder, is this like a full-size chapter or because I've been kind of thinking it might be like a kind of like a mini-ish chapter, but it might be a full-sized finale, which I am like a little ready for the game to be over. Which I mean, of course, I've been playing the game for like fucking 6 months now. But honestly, I'm definitely not as burnt out on it as, like, I would have thought. Because any other time a Let's Play has gone on for this long, if there's been situations where, like, I couldn't record or didn't want to record a game, and it was super dragged. I guess it helps that this is the only thing I'm recording, so there's not, like, any sort of, like, oh, I'd rather be playing this sort of thing. That's one thing I definitely will give the game, like, a lot of props for. As I've never really felt bored with it. I'll meet you guys back here at 10:30. What are you gonna be up to in the meantime, Agnes? Not much. I do have something I need to do, though. I should take care of the software update that he's installing now, actually. Brother, you just hit install. That's it. What you installing, buddy? What you up to? Ah, version 3.6, or 3.6.2 of the Kitty engine that was released last night. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, alright, nerds. Until later. Aaron's already at the strip club. He asked, did he show up for the meeting? She posted an update, huh? Our ex-kitty sure keeps herself busy. I just know her workload in Horacio must have been nuts, too. This is for the best, I think.
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
Oh yeah, also the thing with the mayor, I kind of completely forgot about that. That was also Sus's you don't know what. That's not anything out of the ordinary since Horacio. Still a lot of mysteries to be solved about both her and the Grendel. But those have got nothing to do with the others, not even Agnes.
No, this is all wrong. This isn't who I am. This isn't me.
I was right all along. I found it. Seems my work here is now done.
Maybe Master was right that I laid that on him out of nowhere. Still time until we need to head out. I'm gonna go check on him. Alright, well, that's a good place to call it. We'll move on with our finale next time. Finale title ranking for you upon your return. Could be really good. We'll have to see with, you know, the actual, what it's referencing in the story. Presumably, I mean, based on the phrase, it sounds like something was left for Van, maybe, and he's gonna discover it at the end. Maybe it's like him going back to... Could be him going back to where he was experimented on by the DG cult. Like something was left behind for him. Since, I mean, that seems to be pretty much 100% confirmed now, which I do feel pretty good about guessing that, like, basically immediately, I'm pretty sure. Like, as soon as they showed that picture, like, early on in the game, I was like, yeah, his ass got experimented on. So, did pretty good on that call. But we'll find out together in the coming videos. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.